Tonight, I've got the Carroll County Sheriff candidates live in the studio. We'll be talking with them and finding out who you, the voter, needs to be looking at for sheriff. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. I want to thank our special sponsors. I forgot about that. Hey, this Getting Your Know candidate tonight special series is brought to you by Paris Outdoor Sports, Taters, Tennessee Real Estate Company, Joe Mahan Ford, L.I. Smith, Street Dynamics 2, Paris, Tennessee Steel Structures, and West Tennessee Chiropractic. Thank you to our sponsors for supporting real conversation and a stronger community. We'll be right back.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewer Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Fred production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, welcome back to the Mike Weatherford Show. I'm your host, Mike Weatherford. Tonight on this episode of Meet Your Candidates, we're hosting the candidates for Carroll County Sheriff. Our goal tonight is to bring to you, the voter, the contrast between the three candidates for Carroll County Sheriff. We hope you use this forum as another tool to help you make your decision on this important elected office. Tonight I'm joined by my friend, Mr. Hansel McCadams. He's going to help me navigate this Meet Your Candidate episode. Welcome to the show, Hansel.
Thank you very much, Mike. Glad to be here.
I appreciate you coming in, my friend.
Absolutely.
You ready to get this started?
We've got a panel of great people from Carroll County.
We do.
Can't wait.
They've got a very important decision to make over there, and I think they got three great candidates. It's going to be a tough one to show the contrast tonight, I believe.
I believe you're right. These are fine folks. I've known them for all three of them for over 15 years.
That's great, man. That's right. I haven't met either of them. I think I knew Mr. White a little bit from a prior show we did here a while back about some stuff going on in Carroll County, but I didn't even know he was in the police back then. That's how quiet he kept it to me, which is good, I guess. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right. Tonight I'm joined by all three candidates tonight. They're going to be sitting here talking with us, and like I said earlier, I'm going to try to get a little contrast between the three candidates so you, the viewer, and the voter in Carroll County can make a educated decision, because this is an important position for the next 4 years who will lead the law enforcement in your county. We had a rules we agreed on was it's going to be 2 minutes to answer each question, and if they want a rebuttal, it's going to be a 1 minute rebuttal. And we did a coin toss that we done earlier to decide when they speak. And according to the coin toss, the first one tonight is going to be Mr. Michael Smith. Welcome to the show, Mr. Smith.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about who Michael Smith is.
Well, I've been working at the Sheriff's Department for 15 years. I started in Benton County. Before that, worked 3 years there. Been in public service most of my life in one way or the other. Community, I joined the rescue squad when I got out of high school. Stayed there for many years. Went to the fire department, the Hollow Rock Fire Department, the Carroll County Fire Department. I was elected alderman for the town of Hollow Rock. Stayed there about 14 years. Served as alderman and vice mayor. And that's about it.
That's great. Well, I appreciate you coming in, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the next one I want to introduce is Mr. Ryan White. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Tell me a little bit about who Ryan White is.
So I've been in law enforcement for right at 25 years now. I actually started my career as a reserve deputy at Carroll County Sheriff's Department. And McKenzie picked me up, and I've been there, and I'm currently the chief of police now. I've been the chief for right about almost 4 years now.
Okay. And so now you want to be sheriff.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
And last but not least by a long shot is Mr. Eric Sawyers. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Well, thank you, sir.
Tell me a little bit about who Mr. Eric Sawyers is.
I'm a fifth-generation Carroll Countyan. I'm a proud graduate of the Huntington High School. I've been married to my wife, Rachel, for 16 years, and together we're raising 2 teenage boys. And we live on a small farm in Carroll County. I began my law enforcement career when I was 19 years old as a reserve deputy for the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. And then at 23 years old, I was hired full-time as a deputy for the Sheriff's Office. And I've been serving the citizens of Carroll County ever since. And over the past 25 years, you know, I've been started out as a deputy, patrol deputy, then went to a shift sergeant, a firearm instructor, evidence custodian, and a general department instructor at one time. Currently now a criminal investigator. So I feel like it's a lot of hands-on, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of aspects in law enforcement. And I can assure you my leadership will be visible, accessible, and involved.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to start the questions out here. The first question is going to be to you here, Mr. Smith. Why do you want to be sheriff?
Well, I've lived in Carroll County all my life. I love Carroll County, and I plan on retiring from Carroll County either way, whether I'm sheriff or just if one of these are sheriff. I still plan on retiring at Carroll County. I've invested a lot of time in Carroll County and love working in the community, and that's about it.
Great. Mr. White,
It's the same
why
thing.
do you want to be sheriff?
So same thing. I've lived in Carroll County my whole life. I've worked here my adult life. I graduated from West Carroll, so half my life I lived in Tresvant, the other half in McKenzie. My kids live out in the county. My parents live out in the county. I'm fully invested in the county. I spent my career moving up the ladder throughout, and the last several years has been focused on leadership and stuff. So I really think I can bring a lot of stuff to offer to the citizens of Carroll County, the experience, the stuff with grants, and some things that we've been able to do in McKenzie and to get things. I think I can offer that to the whole county.
Okay, great. Mr. Sawyers, same question. Why do you want to be sheriff of Carroll County?
Well, it's not about the title to me or even the paycheck. I know I can make a real difference in Carroll County to the department and the citizens. And I want to build a sheriff's office that's professional, well-trained, well-supported, and to serve the citizens of Carroll County.
Okay, great. Hansel?
What I like to do, each of you have known each other 20 plus years. I think I've all probably answered the same calls together. So what I'd like to know from each of y'all is the answer to this question. If you would tell us what makes you the person of the three, the best one for the job for Carroll County. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Smith.
Well, I've always been able to get along with everybody. I've been on numerous calls where you have to talk people down, you have to interact with people, and I think I do a good job at it. And I'm a sergeant there at the Sheriff's Department. Been there for sergeant for about 8 years now, and had some good guys under me, great guys, and it's worked out well.
All right. Mr. White, what makes you the best one for the job?
Well, I think my experience. I think that I don't sit behind a desk. I'm very frontline. Most of my career is through leadership and training, and most of it was in narcotics. So I have a lot of experience. Even now, I'll go direct traffic and stuff. I think I bring the hands-on experience. I think I bring the leadership experience, and I think I bring the experience with the budget and administrative stuff to the table. I think that puts me ahead.
Mr. Sawyers, same question. What makes you the best one for the job for Carroll County Sheriff?
Well, I'd say, I've been a supervisor for a number of years with the Sheriff's Office, and in my opinion, one of my greatest accomplishments is being able to lead, mentor, and train the young men and women that come up underneath me and teach them and watch them grow into supervisors, leaders, and move on and advance in their law enforcement career. So as a sheriff, that's what I like to see the whole department be successful.
Okay.
Mr. Sawyer, I'm going to come back to you. What are the biggest challenges and issues in Carroll County that you think the Sheriff's Department is facing, and what is your plan to fix it?
Probably the biggest challenge we're facing in Carroll County today is going to be drugs, and as sheriff, combating drugs would be one of my top priorities, and I would work with continue work. We got 2 drug investigators now that work with the drug task force, and one works with the DEA, and we continue to work with the local and state and federal agencies to combat that problem with the drugs. And as sheriff, I like to see drug dealers locked up.
Do you have another plan that you would like to enforce if drugs is one of the biggest issues, Mr. Sawyer? Do you have something that you would like to add to the existing solutions you have for the problem?
Yes, because
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because the 2 drug investigators we have that's working, that's tasked out with these other agencies. A lot of times they get pulled away from Carroll County because you know how it works.
Yep.
And so as sheriff, I'd like to put somebody as strictly focused on drugs in Carroll County.
So you're wanting strictly a drug man. That's all he does is work on the drug issue.
Yeah, and we'd still work along with other agencies, not taking away from that. But,
Understand.
But somebody just to strictly focus on locking up drug dealers in Carroll County.
Mr. Smith, same question. What are the biggest issues in Carroll County that the Sheriff Department you believe is facing, and what is your solution to fix this problem?
I'm like Eric. I think drugs is probably one of the biggest things, and of course it starts with, they're going to do drugs. They're going to be stealing. They're going to be doing other stuff. Other crimes that just snowballs. I think. Like he said, drug investigators, more work with drug investigators, but you got to, I think, starting young. If you got the DARE program and stuff in the schools, I think, a lot of it starts at home. They see, the same thing over and over. And I think if you get them young, you can teach them more, and through DARE or whatever other program. And then the programs in the jail, like a coalition in the jail or something. But I think that would help greatly.
Mr. Wright? Why, excuse me.
So I have to agree with both these gentlemen. I think drugs is a huge issue. Like I said, I spent most of my career in narcotics. Most of my specialized trainings in narcotics. They're completely straight. I have, in McKenzie, I have 2 full-time narcotics investigators. Both of them are assigned to the Drug Task Force, and that's just in the city of McKenzie. So the 2 that they have currently at the Sheriff's Department, they do a great job. And it's like Eric said here, I think another one would definitely be part of it. You have to be able to do that. You have to have somebody that can focus on it, but you have to be willing to send them to the training. They got to have the education and stuff to go along with it. Narcotics and stuff is constantly moving, constantly evolving, so you got to be able to back them up and do that. And with the narcotics, it comes in with stealing and theft, just like he said. Mm-hmm. Well, part of the stuff I want to do is talk about zoning and implement more visibility and stuff and business checks and to cut out stuff.
Do y'all think it's a generational issue? Are you seeing the same problem that you dealt with? I think y'all been in law enforcement long enough to where you see maybe the parents, now you're seeing the children, and if you're as old as I was, you'd probably be seeing the grandchildren. Do y'all see it? Either one of y'all can choose
every day. Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Sawyer? Well, how do you combat that problem when it's a generational issue? You understand my question, I believe.
Yes, it is a problem, and like Michael said, you focus on the schools, the youth and the DARE programs, and try to break the cycle that way. And then, and then the addicts, that go to jail, they don't need to go to jail and throw away the key. We need to have programs, which we do some in the jail, to rehabilitate them and break that cycle, and so they can get out and be successful citizens.
Anything either one of y'all want to add to what I just asked? I mean,
he's correct. I mean, we see it as growing up.
Generational is a process.
Generational, and the schools are important. The SROs are important. I think the things that officers do with the kids getting out, just like the shop of the first responder things, that these kids can see the officers and maybe feel comfortable with talking to them, maybe see a different light and have different programs and stuff like that. And just being involved officers have to be out there, and I think it plays a big part with the whole community policing. That's a huge philosophy of mine.
I agree. I agree totally. You see now, of course, you watch TV and now everybody's against police, it seems like, but getting the police out there, that's right, getting the police out there with the young kids and through the SROs, and I think that'd help tremendously.
Do you think second chances are needed? I mean, we're just sitting here, this is off script, and I'm sorry, but I'm a firm believer in bad things because when Hansel was a judge and the DA, he taught me a lot of things, and I don't want him to hear this, so turn his microphone off. He taught me a lot of things. Bad things can happen to good people.
Exactly.
And sometimes they don't know no better. Either one of y'all have a plan to stop that generational where it goes from mom and dad to children? Y'all understand my question. That is an important thing. I think in law enforcement you see it's just passing down. Either one of y'all have an idea how we can break that generational gap? I don't know if a sheriff can do it, but it is an issue. I know as law enforcement, y'all are on the beats every day. You get to understand what I'm saying.
Sir. I don't know the solution to it, but well, most of it starts at home.
It does. I agree.
I really believe that. And, I'd say there's no family out there that's not affected by drugs in one way or the other,
Either stealing or the drugs itself or all the collateral damage that goes with drug abuse,
Yes,
There's a lot of collateral damage there.
There is, and through that, like you said, it starts at home. But when people go to jail, and part of the jail reform stuff that's on my palette that I'm looking at doing is second chance programs and stuff like that actually the people in jail can go out and work and make money when they get out. They actually have a chance to
We
start
have that
over.
here in Henry County,
Yes,
and I'm going to tell all three, if y'all, either one of y'all that's elected, you need to look at Henry County Jail.
I've spoke
We've
with
got a great program. It does a lot.
Sheriff Fry. He's been great. I've spoke with him, and not only there, Weakley County has it, some other ones. I think it's a great program. It's something I definitely want to implement.
Mr. Sawyer, you want to get in this conversation about how we can break this? It's sad. I know it's not about me, but I feel this because I've had other guests on here talking about this same issue. We got to break that gap, between the parents, and the children, because, it's not the child's fault if that's all he knows, right?
I mean, one thing I've put out, one program I'll implement is a summer youth camp, a sheriff's office summer youth camp. It'll be done in the summertime, and it'll be a week-long class, and it gives opportunity to build that bridge relationship between the children and law enforcement, because now, many times they meet law enforcement in a bad day.
Hansel, I think you had a mentor program when you was the general session judge, and it worked very well.
In juvenile court, we did.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great program.
Generally focused on hunting and fishing and finding the which we have a lot of here. And finding
that was a great program, Hansel.
I think it went well.
It did. Go right ahead.
Well, I want to follow up on the drug issue, because I think the drug issue is really one of the top, as y'all all mentioned in your county. Have y'all considered, let me just ask a historical question, has it ever been a group of task force just made up of Carroll County Sheriff's Department and metropolitan, or let's call them what they are, municipal city police departments, working together, recognizing that drug dealers don't recognize the city limits? Have y'all ever had that, Carroll County?
Never. No, not particularly like Metro County when they had it and stuff, just with task force. But I think for the most part, we all work pretty good together, most of all the agencies in Carroll County. But no, there's not been just a task force in Carroll County.
But I'm looking here that I know you indicated McKenzie, and Mr. Sawyers, you indicated your department has agents assigned that could get, or for the most part, many times are outside your jurisdictions.
Right.
Is that right? They're working on either the interstate or Decatur County, or probably areas that have more of the interstate traffic going through them, even though you have it on the south side. Would, as candidates, and it's like the sheriff, if y'all are there, would each of you be in a position to encourage cooperation with a specialized unit?
Yeah, like with Huntington Police and just within Carroll County.
Yeah, Huntington, McKenzie, Tresvant, Brewston, Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it at all, trying to get everybody on board and stuff. I think it'd be good to everybody put the resources together.
without sending them out of the county.
Yeah, I mean, that has its place too. It's very important because, as we all know, drugs don't just come in Carroll County. You have to work it on the outside and being part of other agencies and stuff. But you got to focus here too.
I think y'all know, Mr. Smith, we don't manufacture fentanyl in Carroll County and Henry County, do we?
That's right. That's right.
It's coming in from somewhere, Mexico, China, places like that.
I think that'd be good when you can communicate with it. If you get, the communication, I think that's the big thing within, all the departments, any department, even with the fire department or wherever. Communication is key.
I agree. I agree.
Push it on the next subject a minute.
Yeah.
If you did that, do you think you would have your county commissioner's support in getting that done?
I would hope so. Never know, but I would really hope. I would hope they'd be behind us.
You're coming as a commissioner, as former alderman of a
right.
city who has to balance tax income with tax expenditures.
That's right.
And there's more needs than just the police department.
That's right.
There's a sheriff's department, there's a street department, there's a water department.
Exactly.
Carroll County just explodes much more because they have so much more area. You think you, based on your experience, be able to work with our county commissioners?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've always been able to get along with, of course, other towns, municipalities, and all that. So we've always met, and it's worked out good.
Mr. White?
Yes, sir. I think that they'd probably support it, especially if you come to them just like with anything else, with the budget and stuff, and show them where it's financially feasible, where you could do it within the constraints of your current budget or whatever, and be able to accomplish this stuff. Yeah, I definitely think they would be on board with it.
How about you, Mr. Sawyers? So you're along with Mr. Smith on the county payroll. You know what your sheriff, Andy Dixon's had to put up with for all his years. Your predecessor had to sue the county to be able to pay y'all basically a decent salary. No one's getting rich on public money. And
May I submit that is a legal procedure that the sheriff is legally statute to be able to do, Hansel?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, it's illegal. It's not because you sue. I hate to butt in on you, sir.
No.
But it is illegal. When he said sue, I know people are going to blow their mind, but that is a legal statute. Go ahead with your question.
No, I think it comes down to communication. Yeah, you have to communicate and sit down with the county commissioners and explain it. And I don't see it being a problem because drugs is such a problem with other drug crimes that's related to the drugs. All your property crimes, they're stealing everything. Just to get the money paid for the drugs. So if we can stop the drugs, or you're not going to stop it, but if we can slow it down in Carroll County, I think it's a great thing for everybody.
Hiring and keeping deputies is an issue across Tennessee and probably the country. What is your plan, Mr. Smith? I'm going to use you first. To hire and keep good deputies. And it's a two-pronged question. When you answer, I'm going to ask you the other side. Go ahead.
Well, in Carroll County, we've been very fortunate. We've not had a high turnover rate. We've usually when people come there, they stay. But
wow. But across the country,
it is. Yeah,
it's a big.
I know lots of departments around us. They have trouble keeping people, but I guess you got to love your job, and
yeah.
But you build the morale. If you build the morale up within the department, that helps.
I agree.
And
I agree. I thank you goes a long way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how are you going to compete with the private industries? To keep these jobs filled. In the state of Tennessee, they're bad about the state troopers and stealing deputies. That's just they're just known thieves, And all three, y'all know that's a true statement. They steal deputies a lot. Yeah. And you got your private industry where you got a man that's toting a gun, putting his life on the line for $22 an hour. When he go to Dana, push a button and wait 3 minutes and push it again for the same money. Mr. Smith, you're the sheriff. How are you going to compete with all them three things I just told you?
I still say building the morale in the department. People want to come to that department. On my shift, I've got 2 former troopers on my shift right now.
So you went the other way.
So if we could steal them from somewhere else, I'd be glad to.
The state of Tennessee is known thieves when it comes to deputies.
That is right.
Mr. Wright, same question. Do you want me to repeat, or do you remember it?
No, I remember. It's fine. And I agree with Mr. Smith there. Morale plays a huge thing. Since being chief the last 4 years, we went from a 17-man department to a 22-man department. When our turnover, we're fully staffed. We hadn't had the turnover. You have to work on morale. I do a pay scale study every year for the budget and take it to them, trying to get the raise, and I can show the black and white where the numbers are. We send our guys to probably, I would say, more training than just about anybody around here. Our guys are very well trained. We offer them, most all of them go to at least one specialized school a year and stuff. And if you can keep them happy in a good work environment, you may not be able to compete with the pay and stuff like what the state does and all that. Then, but you can build the other stuff up. You can keep them.
Appreciate it. Mr. Sawyer?
Well, you have to build a department people want to work for. That's the number one thing. And that comes with, quality training, and the employees have to feel valued and you have to support them.
You do. You agree. Mr. White, I'm going to come back to you. You said something there. You said you've grown the department. You're not one of them guys that grows and grows and grows and grows. We're not going to look at a big budget if you become the sheriff of Carroll County.
No, sir.
Okay.
It's one of those things where McKenzie hadn't grew. We ended up with the SROs back.
So you was behind. You just caught
we
up.
Was.
Okay.
We
I
was
want
behind.
to
We
make
added an administrative sergeant that does grants. I was the one writing the grants. He does grants. It's paid for all of our new vehicles and stuff.
Gotcha.
Just about.
You
And it's
understand my
paid for
question?
Yeah.
A lot of people's going to ask, is he going to grow our department? Because money taxes is an issue right now. Henry County is going through some issues now.
And that's why I wanted to put in there the administrative sergeant, the grants and stuff, the money. Even though we've grown,
okay. I just want to touch base on that. When you said you grew your department, I want to make sure that we got that clarified. Go ahead, Mr. McCadams.
Issue I want to bring up, and to me, I've worked in 5 counties in the 24th district, worked in some of the counties that border it, and this is a situation unique to Carroll County, one I've been able to see. And that's where deputies seem to be having to work multiple departments employed by Carroll County and maybe one of the other rural city departments. And that to me seems like they're working 60, 70 hours a week. Confirm, and I'll start with you, Mr. Is that still going on? And is that something we want to address? And the outside department is the pay that low that they have to do that?
Yeah, it's still going on. I mean, they have to, when you're on a law enforcement paycheck, and then high as everything is now in the economy. I mean, I don't go around here and work in other law enforcement jobs because, you can get yourself burnt out by working too many hours in law enforcement. But I got a farm and do hay, and sell hay. Then I work for some of the farmers on the side, just to make that extra money. And as far as trying, is it an issue? I mean, if I don't necessarily say it is. I mean, if they working, if we got good deputies that's working part time for Huntington or whatever, it gives them some assets there when they're shorthanded. So.
And am I right? Almost everybody that does that is a certified officer.
Yes.
So both departments are getting the benefit of certified officers.
Yes.
Mr. White, do you have that in McKenzie? Do your McKenzie officers work for some of the other, either the sheriff's department or other municipalities at the same time?
Sure. The officers with families and stuff like that, they have to. Like he said, law enforcement, your pay, you ain't going to get rich doing it. And with the economy and everything, things being so expensive, they have a lot of them have to work a second job and stuff and do that. And a lot of them work for the other agencies, around. So yeah, it continues going. At one time, I'd done it myself, worked 3 jobs, had to make ends meet.
And you're going to change that when you become sheriff so that you and your other deputies don't have to.
That's what we're hoping for.
Mr. Smith.
Well, the same thing. I mean, families now, you got to have, you've got to make money. And a lot of people don't make enough money, and they have to go somewhere else to work. And a lot of people, that's all they know. That's their career. I run a roofing business and construction on the side. Been doing it for probably 25 years, and of course, I'm always working. You're not going to get rich being police, so it's something that's going to go on unless some way we can get money up, like the state does.
Thank you for that answer.
Thieves. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but that's a true statement I made. Because I hear that a lot. What about y'all's thoughts on the TBI's Handle with Care initiative? Either one wants to chime in. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about? Anybody here familiar with it? TBI's Handle with Care Initiative. Okay, we'll move on. I don't want to have to explain it. If you don't know, that's fine. It was just something I wanted to ask you. TBI had a little program going. Mr. Wright, I'll start with you. I'm hoping I'm doing a good job of moving around. I mean,
That's fine.
what is your stand on officers working zones? In other words, in the sheriff's department, you put officers, this is your zone, this is your zone, this is your zone. Do you think that's good, or you think you need to rotate them? Or how do you feel?
Actually, yeah, that's one of the things I come out with with talking with people and stuff around the county. Carroll County is 598 square miles, almost 600 square miles. You go from one end to the other. I think I had some times wrote down from like Atwood to Brewston. You're talking 30, 35 minutes. Henry County does zones. They have 3. Josh and them over here do. So they take some of these calls that would have took 30, 35 minutes to get there. They're doing 10 to 13 minutes on average for a non-emergency, 7 to 10 for an emergency call. So for me, I think the zones sort of go hand in hand. They go back up other officers when they get calls, but they stay in that zone. People in Lavinia and Cedar Grove and stuff like that have told me they don't see deputies, just out there in the area.
Well, that's a good area to live in then.
Well, but this is, from being out talking, I was just in Lavinia a few weeks ago. And so in the zones and stuff, you can do your business checks like we do in McKenzie and stuff. You're responsible for all that. And, patrol, switch them up every other night so you don't get tired. That's still 200 square miles, not miles, square miles
that's a lot.
You're patrolling. And you cut your volume down, which to me, if you got a bad call, a shooting or a fight or something, you'll want to be there in 20, 30 minutes or 10 minutes. So,
Mr. Sawyers?
Yeah, zoning in theory is a great idea, but it's Carroll County. We've got somewhere between 3 and 5 patrol deputies working a shift, and 5 on nights and 3, maybe 4 in the daytime. So, and then it's always somebody's gone to training, somebody's taking off, somebody's out sick. So you generally always running shorthanded. So you can estimate 3 or 4 that's covering 600 square miles. So if you break them up and say what Ryan's talking about, 3 zones, 1 per zone, that's okay. Like for, you see Jackson, the cities, because their main job is patrolling, answering calls. Deputies, having to serve. One of our biggest jobs is serving warrants, serving arrest warrants. And, we don't want to send a deputy out to a house, serve an arrest warrant by themselves. That's just too dangerous. So they need to really work in pairs, and we've done it in the past. The zones, we've actually split the county in half, and if we had 4 people working, put 2 on one side and 2 on the other, and that does help, Okay. So, but I don't want to get into needing more deputies because that's a big expense as labor.
So you're thinking if we do go to zoning, we might looking at more deputies.
But to be safely and effective, I think if you made more than 2 zones, you would just about have to, I believe.
I follow you. I understand. Mr. Smith, you're out there in the pits fighting this. What's your opinion on it?
Eric's right. We a lot of time, we got 5 on a shift at night, but you'll be lucky to have 4 with vacation and time off, sick, and zoning. In a perfect world, it would work. But first time you get a domestic call, most time everybody's going, or at least 3. Mm-hmm. You don't want them out there by themselves. And as far as Lavinia down there, I know that we're down in Lavinia a lot because my shift likes to eat fish.
That's a pretty good spot.
Yeah. I was just making a joke. He said that they say in Lavinia, and it was
just being out there.
It was great. It's
and
great.
That's the thing. And even with the domestic, like he said, but if I can get you there at 10 minutes to get help, but everybody's still coming. It's not like one person's going to be by themselves. Everybody still comes. It's just the response time cuts down from your person.
I understand. That's a good contrast right there. There's something that they don't all agree on. That's great. But I said that, but let me clarify. Where I live at, I don't want to see deputies neither. Not that I'm up to nothing, but that means there's nothing going on. I want to clarify that. Go ahead, Mr. McCadams.
Mr. Smith,
Yes, sir.
you have the sheriff's department's made up of patrol, not counting administration, but patrol and running the jail.
That's right.
In Carroll County, and I'll ask this of the other 2, in Carroll County, do you have sufficient people in patrol? If not, how many short do you think you are? And do you have sufficient people to run a proper jail? And if not, how many more do you think you need?
Well, we have enough people if everybody shows up. it's hard to get everybody to work. The jail, of course, I'm not down there all the time, but they usually run a pretty good shift down there. You can always use more people, though. Can't take nothing away from that, but we do a good job with what we got.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to, put a burden on the taxpayers or something to hire more if we didn't need them. Every day you don't need, you won't need more than 3 deputies at a call, but sometimes it's bad and you have to have. So.
Mr. White?
I agree. Again, I'm not over there like they are all the time, but my understanding, without being there, without knowing, no, I couldn't tell you. I think it's probably sufficient what they had, like he says, if people show up for work and stuff. No, I wouldn't want to put any burden on taxpayers by adding anybody. There's grants and stuff for some administrative stuff in jails and different things to look at once you're there. But until I was there, I wouldn't be comfortable answering that question because I don't really know.
And I'll end with you, Mr. Sawyers.
Yeah, I think we got enough people to be sufficient at what we do at this time, even in the jail.
Okay.
Folks, I'm going to take a commercial break because you don't know what poor is. Be an auto mechanic and a talk show host. Hell, you don't know what poor is, then. These deputies talking about, I got to pay the bills and pay Hansel. So I'm going to take a quick break. Don't go nowhere. We're going to talk about the budget. I got some more questions, and if you got some good questions, write it in. Dana in the back, she'll pick them up on all the platforms, and she'll send them up here to us. So, hey, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Here at Yoder's Country Store, we like to do things a little bit differently. We serve fresh lunches made right here in our kitchens. Take them home with you, or you can enjoy them right here in our warm and inviting dining room. A full deli with meats and cheeses sliced fresh, just for you. Fountain drinks, hot coffee, or delicious fruit smoothies. Add the finishing touches. Natural and organic products, as well as locally sourced foods you won't find anywhere else. We even carry canning supplies and hard-to-find country staples. And of course, friendly service every time you visit. And we're owned and operated by Amish and Mennonite families.
Order for bill is ready. Hey folks, James Yoder with Yoder's Country Store. We're not your regular grocery store. We're just 5 minutes from Paris. We would love to have you.
Just minutes from downtown Paris, come experience Yoder's Country Store at 75 Anderson Road.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. Farmers? We've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch-off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
Hi, I'm David Bubba Flowers. I'm running for re-election to the County Commission in the Great District 1 of Henry County. I have proudly served you for the last 2 years in District 1, and I look forward to using my 42 years of financial and accounting experience to help lead our county for the next 4 years. I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.
All right, folks, next week we've got the Benton County Sheriff's race. They're coming in here. We're going to get to know our candidates out of Benton County. You don't want to miss it. Come up next Tuesday, June the 16th, 7 p.m. Also, I want to thank my sponsors. Without them guys, a special brought to you by us tonight. I've got my regular sponsor, but to brought to you by, I want to thank the big shout out to them. Paris Outdoor Power, Taters, Tennessee Real Estate Company, Joe Mahan Ford, L.I. Smith, Street Dynamics 2, Paris, Tennessee Steel Structures, and West Tennessee Chiropractic. I want to thank them for their sponsor for supporting real conversation and a stronger community. So, folks, we've been sitting here talking with the three candidates from the Carroll County Sheriff race that's going on over there. It's going to be it's going to be here for long. August is coming, and it's just right around the corner. We've been talking to them, trying our best to find a contrast between the three candidates so you, the voter, can decide who you think will be the best one to lead the Sheriff Department. So, moving right back along to where we was, this is going to Mr. White in the middle, excuse me. What is your stand on illegals in your department assisting ICE? Where are you at on that?
Oh, we're definitely going to work with them. The law is the law. So if they're there and they need our assistance, we're going to work with them.
If you pull some over and they don't have a license, you know they're illegal, are you going to call ICE? Or are you just going to turn them loose back on society?
Yes, it depends on what it is. But if they don't have anything and they're not there, yeah, we'll call them and whatever they advise us to do. We've worked with them here just recently in McKenzie, so yeah.
Great. Mr. Sawyers, same question. Would you work with the ICE, and if you pull an illegal, he has no driver's license, no identity, how are you going to handle that situation?
Yeah, we work with ICE. If we pull over and they don't have a driver's license, he's obviously breaking the law. So, that's what we do now. We don't have the resources to go out here and just go door to door and start rounding up people.
Sure, that's the ICE's job, but I'm saying run across them in the line.
Run across them in the line of work, and especially if they're committing a crime, and we take them to jail, and that's what we do now. We call them.
Great. Mr. Smith, same question. Are you going to work with ICE as a sheriff? Is that going to be something that you're not going to turn your back and say, I'll just let them go, or how are you going to handle it?
I'm going to work with it. Here recently, we had a call. Actually, they had called 911, and we had they got out there and ended up arresting 6. They was out there fighting, and our jail, we carried them to jail, and our jail contacted us, and they picked them up.
I got a two-part question. First, we'll start with you, Mr. Sawyers. The issue of body cams on officers. Tell us about, if you will, the citizens, what their current policy is in Carroll County with officers on body cams, and do you think they help with accountability for officers?
Well, currently, the Carroll County Sheriff's Office doesn't have body cams, but that's something that's going to change. I mean, I think all three of us sitting here at the table is on board with getting body cameras, because that's just a good tool for law enforcement, and it's good for the citizens. So,
why don't Carroll County Hansel?
Yeah, why don't y'all?
I have no idea. I'm not the sheriff, so.
Fair enough.
But I mean,
do you have car cams?
We do have in-car cameras. We've had them for years.
You think it's a budget, Hansel, a budget issue? I mean, I would have thought all departments should have body. I'm sorry.
That's what it's coming to now. It seems like all departments.
Do y'all have them in McKenzie?
We do, and we have what's called Provision. They're a sort of a cheaper one. They cost like $525 each. We spend less than $200 a year on storage. We have a 16 terabyte storage station. The guys go in, plug them up. It takes 4 different 4 terabyte stations. Just say Carroll County needed 30 cameras, it would be $15,750. You can get a grant. It's called SRT grant, and pay for half of that. And if you built it, it would be you can build a terror station $4,000 a year. Henry County just bought 28 cameras. I think they licensed 24. They spent $20,000 on it, and they spent $8,000 a year is all they spend, and it does all their data storage to the cloud. So they're relatively inexpensive. Data doesn't cost much for storage. So yes, they're very important.
Before I go to you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Sawyers, can you borrow that from the Highway Patrol?
I don't know. They've got them.
They've got them. Your answer on that, Mr. Smith.
I think body cameras would be good as long as we can get the money and not have to raise taxes. I think it'll be a good thing.
Do any of your officers in the county, since y'all already have them, Mr. White, I'm not going to ask you this, but any of the officers in the county purchase their own and wear one that y'all know of?
Yeah, there's a couple that I know of that have wars. They do have their own that they use from time to time.
Hansel, I am really surprised Carroll County does not have that. That protects everybody involved, the officers and the suspect. I'm really shocked. That's a great question.
Let me run up the other question. I want two-part questions. Flock cameras. I think y'all all know what flock cameras are. They're used somewhat, I think, here in Henry County. Do you propose that they be used in Carroll County by the Sheriff's Department or as part of your regular surveillance, or not surveillance, but crime prevention and solving?
I think it's a great tool. I think it was brought up county commission. I want to say, don't hold me to it, but I think there were some of the commissioners that didn't want to do that. But I think it's a great tool.
So yes, there was a city vehicle stolen in McKenzie several years ago, and they found it down around Selmer on a flock camera. Those things are great. They're a great asset. Again, it comes down to budgets and financial stuff like that. But I think they're a great tool and a great resource for law enforcement.
Mr. Sawyers.
Yeah, they are a great tool when they're not abused. I mean, that's the flack that the public gets now is government overreach and they're being abused with, like anything else, anything can be abused. But I have used the flock cameras as an investigator and solved lots of crimes just by using other outside agencies that does have access to them.
Okay. Mike?
I'm going to move a little bit on to some budget here. Let's start with you, Mr. Smith.
Yes.
How's your experience with working with a budget?
It's been good. I had to do it when we was in Hall Rock. We always, she always trying to move money around to pay Peter, but you always got to move money.
Mr. White, what is your experience with budgeting?
So I actually have been doing it now for roughly 4 years, and even a little bit before that, I had responsibilities to help set the budget at McKenzie Police Department, even before chief. I also graduated the Southeastern Leadership Academy, which was a 200-hour school. It was 5 weeks in East Tennessee, which focuses on executive level training, budgets, and stuff like that. So I have extensive experience with budgets.
Mr. Sawyers?
Well, I haven't directly been in a position to be involved in the county budget, but I can assure you that I don't want my property taxes raised, and I don't think any other Carroll County citizen wants theirs raised. So we're going to work with the existing budget, cut wasteful spending, and I'm going to make every dollar count.
One more question, Hansel. Is Carroll County Sheriff Department, Mr. Sawyers, well funded?
Overall, yeah. I mean, I say it's pretty well funded. I mean, we got a $7.5 million budget, and I think you can cut wasteful spending here and there and utilize that money in places that it needs to be, and we can make it work.
Mr. White?
Yeah, I believe, like you said, if you cut some stuff, and then again, some of the experience I bring with grants, you can do a lot of stuff with grants and not use any tax monies and stuff like that.
Grant is tax money now.
Well, it comes from other sources.
That's
it's
right,
not
but
local,
yeah.
but it is through the state. But it comes back to you.
We steal
You're
it back
paying
from the state, right?
Exactly, and you use it, and you can save in your budgets and stuff like
I
that because
agree.
we're getting that money back from
I
the
agree.
state if you file for it.
I'd rather for us to get it back.
Exactly. So you got to know how to write them and do
if
that.
I didn't say that, I'd have called hell.
No, I get it. It is tax, but it's
It
might
is.
as well for us to get it instead of somebody else.
I agree.
And so
If it's
you write
available, if it's low hanging fruit, let's pick
get
it.
it.
Right.
Mr. Smith, same thing to
Yes,
you.
sir.
Is Carroll County well funded?
I think they are. For $7 million, that's a lot of money. But of course, now with the rising costs, like gasoline or food, medicines, you got to still going to have to move money around at some point.
Question I want to ask of all three, start with you, Mr. Sawyers, because I always go left to right. Mike goes right to left.
I think you're picking on.
I think he is, Mr. Sawyer.
Do you have any examples of, you're saying the department's well-founded, do you have any examples of programs you would like to start at the sheriff's department when you're elected sheriff that are either, whether they're free, low amount of funding needed, or a lot amount of money needed to fund to add to the department that exists now?
Well, other than, and it's not going to be any extra amount of funding, is the like the youth summer camp through the summer for the kids. You know, I've offered to you know, Carroll County has got over 100 churches, so our church community is a vital part of Carroll County, and I offered to do church security assessments and do some free basic first aid and CPR training for the churches, and there's grants out there to get AEDs. I think every church in the county needs an AED in it. And
sad.
So that's some things we can do. You know, a field training program. You know, that's one thing that we don't have, and I think that's something we do need. As large as Carroll County is, and you know, so new hires come in, they go through a field training program before they just throw it out to the street.
Right?
So for me, I agree with the field training stuff. McKinsey has a 12-week course now with policy procedure. I think that should be standard through all departments. Really, the only thing I would like to bring in is the shop with the first responder. And that's money that's raised through the community to help kids and through all across Carroll County. We do it in McKinsey and surrounding, and I would love to bring that program there. It's no tax dollars, it's donations and people helping. The other stuff is the Second Chance program and the work release program in the jail and stuff. And there's grants, TCI offers grants and stuff like that that helps pay for costs with that. But I think that's our responsibility, is to help reform and reduce the recidivism rate of the inmates and stuff that's coming. And based on what I see in these other counties, Henry County is one of them, it has helped tremendously. And I think that is our responsibility, is to do that and help them make more productive citizens of the county.
Mr. Smith.
Sure, I agree totally too. I think, but any programs you can do, the least money you can spend is always a good thing. I think, you know, like the vulnerable citizens, people with autism or stuff, if you can just go around and get their information and let them put it in the CAD, and then that'll help us if there's to walk off anybody with dementia and stuff like that. And then I'd like to see a work program for the inmates like Henry County does. That's I think that's tremendous.
All right. And Mike?
How familiar are either one of y'all with the jail workings and the jail budget? I'm going to start with Mr. Sawyer again on that end. I'm going to throw what Hansel said. I'm going to throw a monkey wrench into him. It's kind of a two-part series here, but I'm going to ask that one first. How familiar are you with the jail workings and the jail budget? It's separate kind of from the sheriff department.
Well, you know, the whole sheriff's office budget is over $7 million, you know, and the jail's about half of that. Mm-hmm. And a big portion of that is labor, you know, the cost of labor. But that's one thing I haven't done in the 25 years in law enforcement is work inside the jail specifically. So that's something you'd have to learn as you go.
And y'all are paid to house state inmates.
Yes.
How does that fit into the jail budget? Do you think it's a cost, what I call profit positive, or you think it's a profit negative to house state inmates?
Yeah, it's a profit positive. We've recently got certified as a Tier 1 jail. And so that's moved up. I think it's $44 a day.
41 or 44. You're correct.
Yeah, it's gone. It was 41. Then if you're a Tier 1, it goes to 44.
44. Wow, that's great.
And and we housing between 40 and 50 state inmates.
What does it cost per inmate to house them? You reckon?
It's not near $44 a day.
I like that answer. That's a great answer.
But we've got. I know last year the county got almost $700,000 from the state for housing state inmates.
Mr. White.
I'm saying
you understand the question? Okay.
I do. Yes, sir. The jail is something that I've not had the experience to work in. As far as the budget part of it, you know, I have experience with budgets, but not the jail budget. Again, there's grants and stuff like that. And like he said, yeah, Carroll County, I do know that they just got Tier 1 this year. So it is the money that comes in. And of course, the county, of my understanding, doesn't receive the money until they're actually federal or sentenced to the state, not until the sentencing's over when they get money. So there's a lot that I still have to learn about the jail, so I can't. That is one of the areas that I'll have to work on.
Right. Well, that's right. Mr. Smith, same question.
Yes,
you remember the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was fortunate enough to work in the jail for about a year and a half in Benton County, and that's where I started at, and getting to know the inmates and stuff, you know, and how they act and all of that. That's a key thing. I think it helps. But as far as the budget, you got. The cost of medicine and food and all, that's just ongoing thing. It keeps going up.
Yeah, that is another. Sorry, Hansel. We're responsible, when I say we, the taxpayers, for medical conditions that's in the jail. And that could really damage your jail budget. One episode of a medical condition, and all of a sudden your medical budget's blew plumb off the map. You understand? That's got to be a hard issue to have to try to manage that, I would say. Would y'all agree that would be a tough?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't know if that's even who are we not here to argue the point? Should we be responsible? But that's I don't know. That's a big one right there. I know from knowing Hansel and knowing our sheriff, he says that's an issue sometimes. That when medical condition, it's in the jail and your budget's blue. Go ahead, Hansel.
I want to ask the question of all three again. We'll start with Mr. Smith. Does Carroll County Sheriff's Office have a reserve officer program?
We do.
And do y'all, does it work in your department?
Yes, sir, we do. I don't know how many reserves we got now, but it's worked well in the past.
Okay.
I think it's a great program. That's where I started as a reserve at the Sheriff's Department. That's what I fell in love with law enforcement at the Sheriff's Department. I think the reserve program's a great thing and should keep going.
The reason I ask is I started out that way too in
I
the
think it's great.
late 70s when I was in law school. When Sheriff Bomer,
definitely needed some deputies there.
Sheriff Bomer at the time, Mr. Sawyers.
Yeah, the reserve program is a great thing. It's kind of fizzled out over the last several years because, Post is making now, if a new reserve comes in, they got to have 128 hours of training versus then 40 hours for every year after that. So they upped that. And if you're working a full-time job somewhere, and that's kind of tough to get that 128 hours in that first year to get on the reserve program. But I've already spoken with some of the first responders, like the rescue squad guys, and try to get some of them on board with being a reserve, because we can train together and work together like on search and rescue because we got to work together with all our first
I think crowd
responders.
control would be a good place for that. Like we had this big deal up here at the town, instead of pulling officers off their job, and so I think those reserve
Off their shift, yeah.
I think that'd be an excellent asset to have.
And it saves the county a lot of money.
It does. It does. I agree with both of y'all. Y'all.
In line with that, what is your position about your officers, if you're elected sheriff, if possible, being cross-trained in either emergency medical or firefighters?
So we have.
Go ahead. Let's start with you.
No. We have some guys, I think 3 now at our department, the EMRs. McKinsey started the EMR program, Emergency Medical Response, the fire department, a few years ago in response to ambulances taking so much longer to get there. So the fire department, they put on with that 40-hour class, I believe it is. And I think we have 3, maybe 4 officers that are actually EMR. So I think it's great. I think it should be.
Yep, I agree. I think I was a first responder for several years, and of course we have 2 AEDs on each shift. Sergeant and the corporal always have their AEDs, and we can do a little stuff, but it'd be an asset.
Yeah, I agree. It's a definite asset to, and we got guys that are full-time deputies that are part-time firemen, and then we've got some guys that are full-time firemen that are reserve deputies. So it's a win-win both ways.
It goes along with what y'all started. Y'all started in public service way back, doing the same
Right.
thing. And I know that the citizens in your area, in the Brewston area, Hollow Rock area, and McKenzie, and just generally Carroll County, certainly appreciate y'all's work from way back.
I'm not having a stroke. I'm fighting a gnat. I need a bug company to sponsor me. A damn gnat trying to get in my mouth a while ago. I was not having a stroke, I promise you. Quick question on these. Mr. Smith, how many terms you plan on running?
As long as I can. We'll start out with 1, see how it goes.
Mr. White?
Same answer, as long as I can. I'm 45 years old. I still got several years left.
That's correct.
Well, I'm 46 years old, so I've got a long time left.
Wow. Another question right here, and then I'm going to turn it back to Hansel. How are you going to get and keep the public's trust if elected? And are you going to be available to the people with their concerns? That's a big issue in our area and every area I hear from the public. I can't ever talk to the sheriff, or he don't call me back. And I try to explain the sheriff does not do much arresting, but he is a public servant. I think he ought to be available to the public, because what you might think, I'm preaching now, but what you might think is a small matter to them might be the end of the world. So, Mr. White, I'll start with you. Are you going to be available to answer the people when they call in and take their concerns seriously?
Absolutely, I am now. I do that as chief. People will call and want to speak with me, and I call them back. I always return every phone call. I think that's very important, like you said. Even as sheriff, you're elected by the people, so it's your responsibility. Transparency is huge. So, yes, I firmly believe in that.
Mr. Sawyers?
Yeah, I'd definitely be visible, involved, and accessible to all the citizens of Carroll County. And I'd even go even a step further and go around to all the different communities in the community centers, churches, wherever they want to meet at, on a regular basis, and just sit down and listen to their concerns. And go, because if we don't have that communication, I don't know their concerns or their complaints, I can't fix it. So I go to them,
Understand. Mr. Smith?
That's something I said, all the time. Communication is the key to everything. So I'm going to be there. If anybody has any questions or anything, they can get a hold of me, or I'll call them back.
That's what we need. Hansel, I think that's a big part across the state. I hear that, and I think you hear it too. Communication, Hansel, with the sheriff. That's everybody wants to talk to the sheriff, and I know he's a busy man, and either one of these three gets elected, he's going to be busy. But I'm glad to hear they are going to talk to him and answer the questions.
You better have a second cell phone.
Like a drug dealer running around here. Hold on, which one's that ringing, right?
That's
Go
right.
ahead, Hansel.
Question I have, if elected, this will be all three, and we'll start with Mr. Smith. If elected, what qualifications will you look for in your chief deputy? And do you have your pick? And if you want to disclose it, you can do so at this time.
Well, I want a leader. I want somebody that knows what's going on and knows they're going to be there. And I have not disclosed or made it that far yet.
Okay, Mr. White.
Same. I want somebody that I can trust. That's going to be honest. I can trust to do the right thing, honest all the time. That's a good leader that the men respect, men and women, and will do the right thing and can lead and be lead by example.
Mr. Sawyers.
Yeah, I think that especially that position should come from within. I think you should promote from within if at any way possible. But yeah, I'm not going to disclose who that person may or may not be. But come August the 6th, if I get elected, I'm going to take a real close look at all of the leadership positions and then make any changes necessary September 1st.
That wasn't intended to put you on the spot. It's just that.
Yeah, it was.
Well, we get it.
We elect the president who elects the vice president.
You and I had this conversation.
But to the public, it's the first important decision you make for them to see. And some people would like to see it before the election, but I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would name if I was in your position.
I think I would. If I was running for sheriff, I'd name my chief deputy. Not y'all guys. I'm just saying I'm not running for sheriff.
Some people have and some people hadn't. I've seen it both ways.
You're right. Like Hansel said, it can be a double-edged sword, but it shows your first decition before you're ever elected.
It's a very important decision.
It is.
Well, I'm not available for it when you pick me, so just go.
I'm not going to run for sheriff. Why would I want to? I want to get them on here and aggravate them. I don't want to be one of them getting aggravated. Go ahead.
One of the questions, if I can ask the top one here, Mike.
Yes.
So somebody's asked a question about insurance for county employees. I remember when I was a county employee in Henry County, it was a large amount out of my paycheck for the family, and then the two boys came along, and it was a tremendous amount. What we all be able to do as the candidate to help the county employees that you have afford medical care and insurance?
Well,
we'll start with you.
Yes, sir. Right now, if you've got to have family insurance in Carroll County, it's going to be your paycheck's going to be really small. I think we got to get with the mayor and the commission and stay on them and see if they can go a different route. Because you can't have family insurance and work in Carroll County. It just can't happen.
Right.
Same thing. I mean, it comes down to the commissioners and budgets and stuff like that. I'm a firm believer in looking at the numbers and everything else and where the county can save money, but also you got to take care of the people, take care of you. these individuals are out here every day protecting you, protecting everybody in the county. They should be able to afford to take care of their family and provide for their family. So I think that's something very important that needs to be looked at.
Ms. Sawyers.
Yeah, I mean, that comes down to the county commission and I think the county mayor's office. But that is an issue that needs a solution because we got 3 different options right now on insurance. And family insurance, the cheapest one is $1,200 a month.
Wow.
And then the next one up is $1,700. The next one up is $1,900. Can't nobody afford that.
When I started, county government paying $900 for family coverage. Went to work for the state, went down to $400. Got a $500 raise just in insurance. And I kept questioning the county executive at that time, how can the state get it so cheap compared to the county? Why can't, the retirement system is all in one. Why can't we get a state insurance program for all city, county, and municipal people for the same price?
Let me throw something at you. Be self-employed. That $1,200 a month sounds awful darn cheap to me. A question to come off the line. If grants are going to be the go-to choice for funding all these initiatives, who within the department writes these grants, and will someone be hired specifically to write grants, or does the sheriff himself going to write the grants? Just, Mr. Sawyer, I'll pick on you on the end.
Yeah, I mean, right now, yeah, I mean, the grants are great. You know, they have to work with the county mayor's office and the county commission, and they've got grant writers already in place that writes grants for the county. So we definitely utilize that.
Mr. White, you're talked a while ago about your office uses a lot of grants. So will that be your job if you're elected sheriff?
So, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some of them, but I don't think I'd have time to do them all. Like you said, the county offices do it, but for me, I would like to hire somebody in there, administrative person. Like I have an administrative sergeant that focuses on grants, maybe policies, procedures, and a few other positions.
Yeah.
Because I think it would specifically pay for itself more times over, just like we've done in McKenzie.
Yeah.
The position would pay for itself. We'd be able to get more stuff. And then they would, at this position, they know they can focus on law enforcement stuff, the sheriff's department, the jail, and stuff like that, where the county offices have the other departments and stuff like that. They focus on this could be specific.
So you're saying have an officer that also helps, he does law enforcement, but also eyes his own grants.
Grants, policies, procedures, different things like that. It definitely pays for itself. We have it in McKenzie now.
Mr. Smith, same question.
Yeah, of course, you know, the county does do it, but I would like to have somebody there in the department that could do it. Of course, funding that person just to write grants, I don't know where the funding would come from.
Okay. All right, folks, this is we're kind of toward the end of this. We know it's been over an hour. Can you believe it?
It went by
Time
fast.
went by fast. Yeah, I know. I got the hard questions are coming here at the last, and I explained to y'all that I wasn't going to put you on the spot. I may have lied. You know, I'm not known to tell the truth.
Gotcha.
I'm going to start with you on the end, Mr. Sawyer. Ford or Chevy?
Oh, Chevy all day.
Basketball or football?
Football.
Hunting or fishing?
Hunting for me.
Fall or spring?
Fall.
Mr. Wright. Ford or Chevy?
Chevy.
Baseball or football?
Football.
Hunting or fishing?
Hunting.
Fall or springtime?
Fall. I agree with him on everything on that. I can't disagree with that one.
Mr. Smith. Ford or Chevy?
Ford.
Basketball or football?
Football.
All right. Hunting or fishing?
Fishing.
Fall or springtime?
Spring.
There you go, folks. Hansel, the hardest question tonight.
And that was your best contrast.
That was the best one out there. There you go.
Two exactly like one ain't nowhere close.
That's right. Well, guys, I want to tell you, I really appreciate y'all guys coming in tonight. I really do. And I think that we've showed a little contrast, Hansel, to you between their ideas, and because it's a very important. I have family and friends that live in Carroll County. I just don't pick these counties because I think it's important to me, because I have family that lives there, and I have a lot of friends that live in Carroll County. And our job tonight, Hansel, I believe, was to try to show a contrast between these three. I think we've done a pretty good job today, I believe.
Well, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
No, I'm
but
not
you did a
saying
great
that.
job.
I'm not
But
saying
you did
that.
but you did a great job.
No, but what I'm saying is the contract. You pat me later, you know. But, you know, it's a tough job doing what we do without going crazy and hammering. But I think the questions we asked was, I think that the public.
Didn't intend to make anybody mad. I don't think we did.
No,
It just,
I mean, I don't
may
think
have tried to get a little extra on the chief deputy thing, but I mean,
all right, we had a coin toss at the end, and I'm going to let all three candidates go, and they're going to tell us why we should elect you for the next sheriff of Carroll County. And the coin toss ended with Mr. Smith. You go first.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm a lifelong Carroll County plan on staying in Carroll County. I plan on retiring at Carroll County either way, but I'd like to serve you as sheriff. I think I'll do a good job and look forward to meeting people out on the street. And if you have any questions, you can come talk to me or look me up.
If you got a Facebook or somewhere they can find you, on screen, there you go. He's got it loaded up.
There you go.
All right, there he is, Mr. Smith. Okay, the second in the coin toss is Mr. Ryan White. Why should I, if I was a Carroll County resident, why should I vote for you as the next sheriff of Carroll County?
Yes, I tell you, I'm a lifelong resident. I've been in law enforcement now for 25 years. I started my career with the sheriff's department. This would be a full circle to come back around. I think I bring several years of experience with budgets, the training, the education, and the experience to Carroll County, and maybe to bring it to the next level and to protect the citizens of Carroll County. I'm currently available as the chief in my position to all the citizens of McKenzie now. When they have a question, I'll be available to all the citizens of Carroll County. It may take me a little bit to get back with you, but I promise you I will get back with you. And I'd love the opportunity for you to vote for me as the next sheriff of Carroll County.
And we got it. I never want to question my producer. I'm sorry.
He's on it.
I'm sorry, sir. And according to the coin toss, Mr. Eric Sawyers, the floor is yours, sir. Why should I vote for you for the next sheriff of Carroll County?
Well, I would build a sheriff's office that's professional, well-trained, well-supported, and committed to serving the citizens of Carroll County with integrity and compassion. And then I will be visible, involved, accessible, and I believe accountability starts at the top. And I expect the voters to hold me accountable, and just like I'm gonna hold my employees accountable. And by working together, we can build a safer, stronger Carroll County. And I greatly appreciate your vote.
Well, there you go, Hansel. We've had them all three of them. Got his website up. And what I want you to do is get out and vote. It's very important. These local elections, they're just as important. And probably, if you really want to know the truth, they're more important than some of these state and national elections. I mean, a lot of things that we overlook here locally makes a big difference locally. So I'm going to ask the voters out there in Carroll County to go vote. Take that God-given right. Like my daddy used to talk to me when I was a kid. I voted every election. He said, son, if you don't vote, don't bitch. So I'm going to tell you, if you don't vote, don't bitch. But I'm going to do one thing here. Everybody comes on my show, gentlemen, they want to know, because you're in the Brewer Street Mafia studios, right?
That's right.
They want to know, can I become a member of the Mafia? Well, Hansel and I, we always talk about it. We got little codes that we do back and forth to see if we're going to allow y'all to become members of the Brewer Street Mafia. So I think tonight I'm going to make all of y'all, would you pass that? There you go. All of y'all official members of the Brewer Street Mafia. Now I'm going to tell you how important that is. Read what it says on it, Mr. White. Read it right there. You're close to the microphone.
Yeah, official
Member.
Brewer Street. Yeah, official member of Brewer Street Mafia.
I'm going to tell you how important that is to have. If you'll take that right there and you put 5 pennies with it, you'll have a nickel. Guys, I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you having us.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, Hansel, this between you and I, that's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one for the folks.
It is. I mean, these three gentlemen have really stood out. None of them, I think, that wouldn't be a bad choice. I don't think. I think we're all three are good candidates. Carroll County is going to be in good shape.
And you and I are vested more than others because you have family.
Yes.
I have family in Carroll County.
That's right.
Friends in Carroll County.
That's right.
So we're looking. We can't vote for you.
No, we
It's
look
a
at
good
that.
thing we can't vote against you.
That's right. That's right. You look at that two way. But
right.
I want to tell y'all, all of y'all are great guys. I didn't know y'all. I'm going to be honest. I knew Ryan had been on my show before. Yes, he had, but not as a sheriff candidate and not as the police. We was doing a help about your fundraiser deal, and y'all all three are great guys. And I put the word out in my family over there and asked them about it. And I'm going to be honest with you. They said, man, I think any three of them be a good one. So I never hardly hear that. Most time, oh, you don't want that darn guy. I never heard that with y'all. So the Carroll County, y'all got a serious thing to make here. And I hope in a small way Hansel and I helped you see the contrast between these two. Anything you want to add to it before I let these people go, Hansel?
Oh, no. Y'all all did a good job. And thank you very much. Consider you all my friends. And good luck on your campaign till August.
Hansel, I appreciate you, brother. You know,
man.
when I need something like this important, I always go to you. You've been my friend for years, and you did a great job. You bring some knowledge and some education to it, because I'm just a dumb mechanic. That's all I am, you know. But somebody like yourself comes in here, I appreciate you, brother.
There's your pay.
Yep, that's true.
Damn right.
That's all I'm going to get out of him.
He knows what I'm talking about. You'll get that. Thank you to your better pay. All right, folks, don't forget, tune in next week. We got a great show. We got to talk about the sponsors in the series. You'd think I would know that. He's supposed to voice this over for me. That's why I'm stumbling through this. Now, listen to him back here moaning. I want to thank a special thank to my brought to you by sponsors tonight: Paris Outdoor Power, Taters, Tennessee Real Estate Company, Joe Mahan Ford, L.I. Smith, Street Dynamics 2, Paris, Tennessee Steel Structures, and West Tennessee Chiropractic, and all my regular sponsors. Without y'all guys stepping up, I couldn't do what I do. And this is a series brought to you next week. I've got the Benton County Sheriffs coming in. I'm going to tell you, then after that, I've got the Benton County Mayors coming in. And then we got the Henry County Mayors could come in. So I'm going to bring you the best we can to let you know the difference between your candidates. And I'm going to ask you once again, go vote. Use that God-given right and exercise it. Go vote. And that's all it takes. Just vote, and that way you can complain when you see the sheriff. I voted for you. Tell him that anyway. Hell, I do. It works. But anyway, all right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope we helped you out a little bit on your decision. Tune in next week. We got the Benton County Sheriffs coming in. And like I said, I'm going to tell you one more time, I got the Benton County Mayors. There's 4 of them. Then I've got the Henry County, my home county. There's 2 of them running. We're going to have them live in the studio going on. Whittle on them a little bit. So tune in next week, same time, same place. And like I always say, don't be late.
The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live at the Brewer Street Mafia Studios in downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia Productions.